My name is Angie Murphy and I'm the Vice Principal at North and South Est Regional High School. The benefits of teaching the mental health curriculum to students is to improve their mental health awareness and their mental health literacy. Students did a project on famous people with mental illness, and they got to choose their person, and basically they highlighted who the person was, what their significant contribution to the world is, and the mental health disorder that they have. And this was and we put it up out in the hallway. It made a display to share with all of our students, and it was really an eye-opening experience for students because there was a lot of people that they were familiar with. We put a series of quotes up around the room, and they all had to do with stress and the importance of facing your stress and getting outside your comfort zone. With that, they seemed to know, they identified with one of the quotes, and they wrote insightful little notes about what it means and how you can push yourself to become more resilient and to deal with things that cause you stress.
My name's Alyssa Mitten. I'm a grade 8 teacher at North and South Est Regional High School. We did a little mini lesson on the health triangle, which was a really great activity with the kids. I heard a lot of really good feedback about how they enjoyed learning about the vocabulary and where they place on the tiers of the triangle. So the triangle is broken up into 3 or 4 tiers depending on how you want to look at it. But that bottom tier is kind of your everyday stressors, and students are experiencing those and sometimes assigning them as mental disorders or health issues when really they're just normal stressors. And I think it was really important for the students to learn about that they are normal, healthy, everyday life experiences. So we wanted to incorporate a few 21st essential skills into the learning and just incorporating technology into their activities. So we went online to a free pictochart or infographic designing software, and the students were able to research a breathing technique or stress reducing technique that they could use in everyday life to help with some of the pressures and coping. And they did a wonderful job of researching the techniques and making those infographics that we're going to be laminating across our school to help promote wellness and stress reducing strategies.
When we first looked at our health outcomes, we realized that the mental health curriculum would cover half of the outcomes in grade 8 health. We decided to have students build portfolios. So at the beginning of their portfolio, we created a series of I can statements, and at the end of each module we had them justify how they were able to meet each one of the health outcomes. And so they did create a portfolio, and we're encouraging them to take the portfolio home and to share it with their families. We marked product, conversation, and observation, so we were observing them as they were participating in class and when they were completing their activities. Conversations, we listened in on the conversations, and we often joined in on the conversations about mental health. And students would present individually. Sometimes they would get up as a part of a group, and they were surprisingly comfortable sharing in front of the class. We have 31 students, and none of them asked to present just to the teacher. They were all comfortable getting up and sharing on sometimes what was a difficult topic for them to discuss.
Something that really stuck with me doing it was that 1 in 5 teens are diagnosed with mental disease, and some people don't realize how common it is.
Start at any age, and it's good to learn about it in school so we can find ways to prevent it and cope with it. My favorite assignment that we did in this unit was famous people living with mental illness.
I think that it should be taught in all schools in the district, and in fact the world, because there's a lot of stigma around it that people don't know, and they should know the realities rather than the myths.
I think it should be taught in a lot of the school's curriculums, because at a young age you need to know things so you can watch out so you don't use stigma on a daily basis, or if you realize that you might have one, that you can seek help.